It's Anna, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review of The Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. I gave this book 5 stars. It was really well written. I couldn't really poke holes in the plot. The characters were really well fleshed out and the world building a bit confusing to start with. Like, the actual setting was fine. That was done, you know, pretty early on. But like the backstory, I guess, of the Tearling, which is a country, and the neighbouring kingdom, which I can't pronounce, Mortmesne. I'll call it Mort because I'm lazy. But I don't think it's really a spoiler. I wish somebody had told me the background, so I wasn't so confused. Basically, it's set after the 21st century here on Earth. It's kind of like an alternative future, I guess, where certain countries, mostly I think England and America, maybe there was France, I can't remember, set off for the new world that had just sort of magically appeared out of the ocean or something. And one of these people was a man named William Tear, who wanted to create a utopia, so he basically banned most of modern technology. And anyway, the setting is more like feudal Europe kind of feel. Like, you've got a ruler, monarch, and then you've got the nobles who oppress the people. So it's a kind of serfdom. So there's a lot of talk about slaves and class and all that sort of thing in this book. It was told by from a few different point of views, which made it quite interesting. At least if 3 of the other point of views were like antagonists, I guess, or people who weren't necessarily on the side of good, if you will. So basically not with the main character. So anyway, I'll get to the plot now. It's basically about a girl called Kelsey who has just turned 19, and therefore she's old enough to take over ruling the kingdom, which has been ruled for the past 18 years by her uncle as regent, and he is basically, he's just a puppet of the Red Queen, who actually has no real name, who also is a sorceress, and she's the queen of the country, neighbouring country. So anyway, it's her journey with her, you know, the Queen's Guard, so her guards, to actually successfully get to the capital so she can be crowned. And she has to earn their loyalty, and she has to work out how to fix a country that has basically descended into ruin. Nothing works. There's no education, there's no medical science, people don't have access to clean water, there's slavery. They signed a not very great treaty with Mort, I'll call it, as I said. So basically it's a hellhole, and you've got people that are driven by different things. So now move on to characters, I guess. Yeah, you've got people motivated by different things, which I found quite interesting. Like, the Red Queen has her own reasons for doing things, and she's not the absolute evil that you think she is necessarily. There are parts of her that are relatable, I guess, or you can go, oh, I still want to put a knife in her heart, but you know, still. Some people are motivated by greed, some people are motivated by fear, some people are motivated by loss. So lots of different points of view. Really, really well done. As I said, I don't really have... Hello! As I said, I don't really have any major complaints. I didn't feel quite as emotionally invested in this book as I have in a lot of my other 5-star reads. But because it was so well written and there are still some mysteries and, you know, it's sort of unfolded in such a way that it's left room for things to happen still. There are still things I want to find out, so I will continue to read the series. I think there are 2 more, so look out for those. I'll be buying them and reviewing them pretty soon. I have no idea who I'd recommend it for. People who like fantasy, I guess. Like, there is some magic in it. And, yeah. I can't think of another book that's similar. That's my problem with being a reviewer. I'm like... I don't think of books in relation to other books that aren't part of a series. So I can't go, oh, this book is like what this other author wrote. It just doesn't connect with me. Everything's separate. So yeah. Yeah, so I would recommend this book. I suppose people who like fantasy, it does have a bit of violence. That's quite graphic at times. So probably steer clear of it if you have triggers, I guess. And I probably wouldn't recommend this for like my 13-year-old nephew. Not that he'd probably read it anyway. Actually, it's not my nephew, he's my cousin. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so good stuff. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again.